Carlene, keeping tabs on our own weather, but first and foremost, watching what's going on with Ian over in Florida.
Yeah, well, we are still talking about a hurricane. It's no longer a major hurricane. As it did make landfall the past few hours, it started to lose some of that strength, but it's still a slow mover. So still talking about heavy rainfall across the state of Florida for the next couple of days. So you're talking about Hurricane Ian, and it is moving towards the north-northeast at about 8 miles per hour. It was a Category 3 within the last hour, now a Category 2. Now, it does also look to impact, and we're talking about a Category 1 within the last hour. This is the latest forecast cone, and that was across Orlando. Now it looks like it will be a tropical storm as it gets closer towards Orlando and then making its way towards Daytona Beach. That will be by tomorrow morning. Still a lot of heavy rain expected with this one. It's a massive storm system, so still dealing with a lot of those outer feeder bands that are producing some heavy rainfall. Also tornadoes. Alerts are still in play when it comes to that activity as we go into the next about 12 hours to potentially even 24 hours. But then you're noticing that it could actually make 2 landfalls. So actually technically 3 overall, because it did make one, and that was over Cuba. Now when it comes to the U.S., it would be the second one. And that's because it's going to move right over the Atlantic water. So still holding on to warm waters that will help maintain that strength. Being a tropical storm potentially as it gets closer towards South Carolina, and then potentially making yet another landfall for the United States as a tropical storm with that one on Friday. So storm surge, you're talking about up to about 6 feet from Jacksonville, Florida, all the way towards the South Carolina coast. Also still a lot of heavy rain associated with this storm system. You're talking about 10 to 15 inches expected across Orlando as it gets closer, being a tropical storm with our latest forecast cone, and then potentially seeing upwards of 6 inches of rainfall across Georgia, South Carolina, and North Carolina before we say goodbye by the second half of the weekend. For our forecast, things are quieting down. We did have some showers that were brewing over the mountains, a few isolated ones out there. Current temperature for downtown, you have 72 degrees, also some light winds out of the south, about 7 miles per hour. This is the view looking north, and this is from Mount Laguna. So we had bigger vertical lift when it came to those clouds earlier. It felt like summer. You had some monsoonal moisture in the forecast, and we also still had that heat. So over the last 3 hours, I'm seeing a lot of that activity just kind of dry out, but we actually did have some measurable rainfall in the county for today. Palomar Mountain as well as Campo saw more than 1/4 of an inch of rainfall, and that was within a 2-hour period because that's when we started to have that vertical lift, development of cumulus clouds by the afternoon hours. And even earlier this morning, we had some light rainfall for Point Loma as well as for Torrey Pines, 1/100 of an inch, and that was between about 9 to 10:30 this morning. You're looking at your forecast and you're noticing temperatures are going down. We still have the heat alert for tonight, or at least through 8 p.m. tonight, but everything is set to expire. By the weekend, cooler than usual temperatures, low 80s for the mountains as well as the inland valleys, and then a return to those 90s for the desert. Let's go ahead and take a look at your weather quiz question for tonight. Which warm, south-flowing current is located east of South America? It could be D. I'm just saying, is it A, Brazil, B, Peru, which was yesterday's answer, so I'll process of elimination, C, Canary, or D, Carlo?
I'm warm.
You are?
Warm. I try to be a warm person.
Are you south-flowing?
Depends on the day of the week. When I come into work, yes.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
All right, just head to our website, cbs8.com/weatherquiz to make your guess. And you don't have too many days left. Remember, we got October, right around the corner. So you can win a grand prize 6-show package featuring a pair of opening night tickets to see these shows right here on your screen. You have until Friday, people. You can see them at the San Diego Civic Theater during Broadway San Diego's 45th season. This prize is sponsored by Corky's Pest Control. You get your new weather quiz question every Monday through Friday during this newscast and our 7 a.m. So good luck.